Is it crazy that I like a King's Tale Final Fantasy 15, just a spin-off of the main game, more than the actual main game? Is that crazy? No, it's the children who are wrong. This is a beat 'em up that's a spin-off of the main game, kind of. It's actually a prequel if you want to really dissect it. You play as King Regis, who is the father of the hero from Final Fantasy 15, and they play pretty similar, or at least as similar as a 2D beat 'em up and a open world 3D RPG can be. They kind of have the same moves, and they also kind of have like the same style of movement, and also they have like friends that help them out, but the friends are very different. The way friends help you out in this game is more like they're summoned magics. Like once in a while, when you get enough combination sequences, you can summon one of your friends to perform a special attack, or you can just use straight up regular magics in conjunction with various combinations in the game. The game is kind of like a really advanced version of rock, paper, scissors, and that's really what good beat 'em ups should be. Some enemies you have to hit with a powerful attack to break their guard. Some enemies you have to keep spamming weak attacks, weak fast attacks at. Some enemies you have to hit with a shield. With some enemies you kind of have to jump around and hit them from the back. And for some enemies you kind of have to use either magic or combinations of all these various attacks. It's kind of complicated when a bunch of different types of enemies are on screen at once, and you have to use different strategies for like each one. Like you're using 3 or 4 different strategies during a single fight. It kind of reminds me of the Arkham games, you know, the Batman Arkham City, whatever, where there's regular add-ons that you can just spam attacks at, but the more powerful enemies you have to do special attacks or special combinations of attacks. With this game, it's actually a little bit more difficult, because for pretty much every single enemy you need a special strategy. The game can get difficult, but you have this great range of movement. It's so responsive and intuitive to control your character, and he can move around the screen really fast. I mean, if you know what you're doing, you're going to be an unstoppable killing machine. He moves like a graviton cleric, just an unstoppable killing machine. He's way better than his son. Like, if he and his son ever had to fight in their prime, he would kick his son's ass. The story is basically Regis, the guy from the game, telling his son, who is still a child, a fairy tale about his exploits when he was younger, and that's what the game is. The whole game is basically a retelling of a story. It's kind of like The Princess Bride, if you think about it. This is a really good game, a surprisingly good beat 'em up. You wouldn't think a Final Fantasy game can be a good beat 'em up, but it works. I think it's one of the better beat 'em ups of the new millennium. It's definitely worth a try. If you like Final Fight or Streets of Rage or Golden Axe, any of the classic beat 'em ups, this game is those games on speed. I'm not really sure if I like Final Fantasy 15, but I'm 100% sure I like A King's Tale Final Fantasy 15. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more game reviews. Goodbye, my friends.